What's up, YouTube? This is Galactic God. I'm here with another deck profile. Up today, we're going to be taking a look at my alien deck. For those of you who are unaware of how aliens work, essentially they revolve around getting A counters placed on your monsters, your opponent's monsters, and spell and trap card support that you may have that utilizes it. Up first, we're going to be taking a look at Alien Overlord. Alien Overlord has an effect where you can remove any 2 A counters from anywhere on the field and special summon them out. That becomes really handy as the A counters start to pop up all over the board. He makes them real easy to come out. Also, when he is special summoned, once per turn, you're allowed to place an A counter on every one of your opponent's monsters that they control. And then for every A counter on your opponent's monsters, when they battle an alien monster, they go down 300 attack and 300 defense. That's a pretty standard effect for quite a few of the alien monsters. And that effect is stackable, so they will continuously go down for every alien monster you have out. Plus, you can only have one of him on the field at any given time, so you're not allowed to pretty much just spam him out. So there's no quick OTK play with him. Up next, we have Alien Ammonite. This is the main tuner of the deck. You're going to use him to make the Cosmic Fortress. Essentially, when he is normal summoned, you're allowed to special summon a level 4 monster out, thus giving you a level 5 Synchro, and able to go right into the Cosmic Fortress. Also, if you don't use that monster for some reason, that monster is destroyed at the end of the turn. Up next, we're going to have the Alien Warrior. He's pretty much just a beater. When he's destroyed, you're going to get to place 2 alien counters on, or A counters I should say, on one of your opponent's monsters or whatnot. He also has the same effect as the Overlord, where for every alien monster that has an A counter on it, for every monster your opponent controls that has an A counter on it, they're going to go down 300 attack and 300 defense. So he's a pretty good standard beater, something you definitely are going to want to pack in your deck. Some people like to use 2. I go ahead and use 3. It's all your discretion, whatever you like. Up next, we're looking at Alien Dog. Pretty cool because you get to special summon him out whenever your opponent normal summons whenever you normal summon a monster, you get to special summon him right out. Place a couple A counters on the field. Very nice. Goes for some of the bigger Synchros that you can make. Alien Telepath, I like to play 2 of. Essentially, he's like the breaker of the alien monsters. You remove an A counter to destroy one of your opponent's spell or trap cards. Works out good since heavy is gone, and your backfield removal is always good when there's not a lot of it going around. Okay. Up next is Alien Gray. Kind of one of the more OG alien monsters. I like to play 2 of them. Some people play 3. He's a little bit slower of the alien monsters now. Back when flip effects were more, prevalent in the meta, this guy you would definitely play 3 of, but it's a lot more faster now. So I think 2, maybe even 1, is good enough. Essentially, when he's flip summoned, you get to place an alien counter. I don't even flip summon. When he just flipped face up, you get to put an alien counter on one of your opponent's monsters, and then when he's destroyed by battle, you get to draw a card. So pretty handy. Last I play 1 Alien Kid. Some people like to play 3. Some people like to play 2. I think 1's more than enough. But yeah. Okay, so that's it for the monsters. On to the spell and traps. The card that the deck is really based around is Code A Ancient Ruin. Essentially, this is kind of like your gateway of the deck. Basically what happens is every time an alien monster is destroyed, you get to place an alien counter on it. Also, when you can remove any 2 A counters from the field to special summon any alien monster from your graveyard to the field. So you remove 2 counters, special summon out an alien monster, and then when it's destroyed by battle, you get that A counter back. So now you're already halfway there. Works really well when you have multiples of these on the field. Really kind of essential for the deck. Excuse me. Moving on. We're going to move on to Mysterious Triangle. This is kind of a nice, great card for the deck. It says destroy one monster on the field with an A counter on it. Then you can special summon one level 4 alien monster from your deck, and you get to destroy that monster during the end phase. So essentially what you would want to use mostly is just to destroy a monster, one of their monsters with an alien counter on it, and then bring out maybe Alien Ammonite if you need them out on the field, if you don't have one yet, so that way you can synchro right up. Or if you already have Alien Ammonite and maybe a level 4 that you brought out with him, maybe you can special summon another level 4, then go straight to a level 9. Very useful card. We're also going to play one copy of 1-for-1, since you want to get that Alien Ammonite out as soon as possible. For some of the more staples, you're going to play Book of Moon, 2 Pot of Dualities, 2 MSTs, Dark Hole, Reborn, and Giant Trunade. And that's going to kind of do it for the spell lineup. For traps, you're going to play 2 of the Solemn Warnings, 1 of the Torrential, and then you got 2 Mass Hypnosis. Basically, you take control of your opponent's monsters that have A counters on them. So you flip this over, take control of essentially all their monsters, so they're probably all going to have A counters. Makes it real easy to synchro up into all kinds of things. Very useful card. Up next we got 2 Offering of the Snake Deities, kind of the Icarus attack of the deck. Essentially, you destroy 1 alien monster, or any reptile monster really, with it, and then you get to destroy 2 cards your opponent controls. Finally, we have the Planet Pollutant virus. You tribute 1 alien monster, and then you destroy all face-up monsters without any A counters on them. So essentially, it works good because if you don't have a monster with A counters on them yet that your opponent has, you can then tribute your alien monster and then just destroy all their monsters right off the field. Kind of like an interesting Rokeki. Then from there, until the end phase of your opponent's 3rd turn after this card's activation, you get to place 1 A counter on each of the monsters they summon. So it's kind of a good way to then start getting the A counters on their monsters. Pretty good for the deck. Some people like to play just 1 of this. I can understand that. It's kind of situational. You don't really need this too late game when you start having the A counters really piling up. And then on to the Synchros. You're going to have 3 of the Cosmic Fortress Gol'gar. Essentially, this is like the main Synchro you want to keep pulling out with your Alien Ammonite plays. He is kind of the big hitter of it. He will, he's going to get the most effect out of what your alien cards are going to do. Essentially, once per turn, you can select any number of face-up spell or trap cards, return those cards to the owner's hand, and distribute A counters among the monsters on the field equal to the number of cards returned. Once per turn, you can remove 2 A counters from anywhere on the field to destroy 1 card your opponent controls. So with like a lot of the back row being set, he essentially kind of Giant Trunades everything. And then for every card that you did Giant Trunade up, you get to place A counters and then remove 2 A counters and then destroy whatever monster you want. Awesome card. Works great with the alien deck and lets you keep reusing your A counters. Very cool. Also, since level 5 is kind of prevalent, if for some reason you run out of your Cosmic Fortresses, you can also go for a Catastor. I also play Brionac. Gaia the Earth Knight. 7's also pretty easy to make since you have the Alien Overlord, so I like to play 2 of the Black Rose and 2 of the Scrap Archfiend. For 8s, level 8s, I like to play Scrap Dragon and Stardust. And then for the big heavy hitters, you can play, of course, Mist Wurm. And then I like to play 2 Trishulas. Level 9 is not really that hard to get to, as all you essentially need is 2 of the level 4s and the Ammonite. And when the Ammonite hits the field, he's going to bring out 1 of the level 4s. So all you need is 1 level 4 already on the field. Or you can Mysterious Triangle, get him out there faster, and then go straight in. Okay. And that's my deck list for aliens. Let me know what you guys think. Any comments, suggestions on ways to improve it, anything of that nature. All right.